Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading. I'm here hanging with Mega Good Vibes. This little sassy beaver's chilling out. She's in a really good mood because she had her dinner and it was her favorite flavor, which was tuna and pumpkin. Who is that pumpkin, baby? I know, right? In Trinidad, we say pumpkin. We don't say pumpkin. We say pumpkin. Pumpkin and roti. Use a little pumpkin and roti. Eh? Boss up shot or sada roti? Eh? Use a boss up shot or use a sada roti? Okay, alright. This little popo. Oh, mommy little popo. Who is mommy little popo? Eh? Everybody say, oh God, I like when you just talk to Maggie like a little baby. There's mommy little popo. Who is mommy little popo? Eh? Okay, all right, guys. Honestly, I can't believe what you guys are encouraging, by the way. You guys are too much. Even Maggie thinks it. Look at her. All right, guys. So I am going to tap into the masculine energy. I don't know why. Like, I have other decks with masculine messages, but I'm really being called to use this deck. So I'm going to shuffle it a little bit, and then I'm going to cut the deck right in half, and we'll see what the major message of tonight's reading is from your divine masculine. Okay, so you could be a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You have a counterpart that holds the divine masculine energy, and these are messages that are coming through from your counterpart. It's what they want to express, it's what they want to communicate to you at this time, so that you can help confirm and validate the intuition that you're receiving, okay? The telepathy. The reading will often reflect things that you're already thinking about. It's things that you can already sense, all right? It'll kind of make you go, oh shit, how did she know that? Or how did you know I was thinking that? That's your counterpart trying to communicate to you. I am merely the messenger, okay? And I don't know, there's something weird about Mega being around for the messages, guys. She, I truly understand how support animals can assist people. It's just the relationship between you, like the vibe between you. Like lately, I feel like I can't do readings without her. And sometimes when I have my days off, or at least I try to give myself a break, she kind of jumps up in the spot and she looks around and she doesn't see her cat bed, and it's kind of transformed into this space of me having a day off, and she kind of looks at me like, how come we're not doing a reading today? And so sometimes I even have to coach her into taking a little break and, maybe doing something different. I'm so glad that spring and summer is on its way, because once I start opening up the balcony doors, her and Ariel can definitely indulge in some nice fun outside. I plan on getting them a beautiful little outdoor cat space for them to enjoy in the warmer weather. So I'm really looking forward to surprising you in the summer. Oh, I'm so excited to surprise you with a cat tree outside. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Even though if you don't, at least I can keep it a surprise. Okay, let's see what these messages say. All right, so I have 4 cards, guys. I think I'm going to do separate readings tonight. I am going to do some mini readings for 4 groups, okay? Let's dive right in. The first message here is, I have not been intimate with anyone. Okay, so if a lot of you are worrying about that, don't. Many of you may not be worrying because you're like, hey, if I'm celibate, they've got to be celibate, because many of you can see how the energy will mirror between you both. If they're not intimate with anyone else, then how are they feeling towards you? Okay, I'm going to cut the deck right in half like that. Okay, so it's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to trust that they're not intimate with anyone else. And I feel like it's safe for many of you to love them back, because they obviously are loving on you in a really healthy and authentic way. So if many of you have been worrying or wondering, trust your intuition. If you guys are like, wait a second, I don't even feel sensually or sexually attracted to anybody right now. Like, I can't even remember the last time I got horny. No judgment here. Meg, are you judging anybody about being horny? She was like, what do you ask? You really asking me right now? I know, I'm sorry. All right, let's move on. Anyways, guys, it's safe for you to love. The message here says, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. When I hear open your heart to receive the highest energy of all, I'm hearing that it's like, honestly, like, don't be jealous, don't be worried, don't be paranoid. Like, allow your person to deal with whatever they have to deal with, but trust also that it's like, pay attention to what's going on in your life right now. Are you dipping and dodging and, ducking and covering with every Tom, Dick, and Harry right now? If you're not, then trust your person that they're in the same energy as well. Okay, and it's safe for you to love them. It's safe for you to trust them, because if you guys are going through the shadow work, like chances are your person is going through it as well. So it's a really great time to trust your intuition right now. Okay, let's get some advice from the universe. Let me shuffle the deck first so that we clear it. Oh, that one wanted to fall out. Oh, 2 cards here. So calm is not a weakness. I'm also hearing celibacy is not a weakness. So many of you just know, like when you know, if you want to be intimate with a specific person, or like if you're just not in the mood, you're not in the mood. Don't panic. Calm is not a weakness. Calm is not, it doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you. There is much to be said about preserving our energy. And also for those of you who have been celibate for quite some time, especially your masculines, I feel like they are learning that celibacy and maybe holding back a lot of their ejaculation, it's filling them with a lot of power. In fact, it's filling them with a lot of strength. Okay? Abundance is your right. So it's filling them with a lot of strength, because I feel like by not ejaculating, many of them are realizing that they have the energy and the vitality to create a lot more. They're not so focused on just busting a nut. They're not so focused on like pornography or satisfying or gratifying themselves. I've spoken about this in past readings, but they're getting really like worked up about the divine feminine. And why are you touching up my hand like that when I say the masculines getting worked up about the feminines? Are you reaching out to my arm and thing? My goodness. Soon as you see me walk up in the club, I'm a flirt. Well, that's what I'm getting from you. All right. Anyways, guys. So many of the masculines are starting to see that, the more they feel this beautiful sensual energy to the divine feminine, it's like instead of turning to vices, okay, and I've also mentioned this in past readings and I've touched on it, but many of your masculines, they would feel this like worked up energy around you and the connection, and they would quickly deplete their energy by either coming on to you very sensually and very strongly. Many of your masculines are guilty of sending you nude photos of themselves, expressing themselves very sensually to you, very clumsily at times. But what they're starting to see is to take control of that energy, okay? Calm is not a weakness. So it's time to calm this energy down and realize that creative energy comes in the form of being aroused, okay? It's what you use the energy for that counts. So many of your masculines are having realizations at this time that instead of fixating on you, especially when it comes to fixating on you sexually, if the energy is low vibrational, or if you're unavailable, divine feminine, if you're in your own karmic situation right now trying to work things out, this sensual fixation on you can turn to possessiveness. So they're being called by the universe right now that it's like, okay, if you're not being intimate with anyone else, then it's safe for you to love the feminine, but be sure to use the energy that you feel right now to create for yourself, okay? So I'm also getting the confirmation again that some of you are unavailable to your masculines right now. It could be very frustrating to them, but they're getting guidance from the universe that, use that attraction to create, okay? Because abundance is your right. All right, let's move on to group 2. Okay, so he or she doesn't desire you in the way that I do. Okay, let's get a message from the romance angels. Okay, free yourself. Ouch. All right, so many of your masculines are reaching out to you to let you know that they wish or desire for you to leave a karmic situation or for you to leave a karmic connection. This could be a marriage, it could be a long-term situation, it could be leaving a country behind, leaving a job behind, anything that may seem like it's an obstacle in the way of you two really experiencing the magic of this connection. I feel like your masculine is saying to you in this reading, like, you know what, listen, like whatever has you held back from experiencing me fully, it doesn't desire you the way that I do. And maybe it may be pushing you to take control of your life in some way. And it's not always easy, right? It's not always easy realizing that you need to file for divorce or file for separation or gain your independence, move homes, move countries. What is the universe wanting you to know at this time if this is your card? Okay, so understand your body. I feel like your body will tell you what it is you want to know, especially when it comes to freeing yourself. So those of you who are caught in these situations where you are in relationships or long-term partnerships that may feel like soulmate connections or karmic situations, your biggest indicator that there's an ending that needs to occur is that you no longer feel attracted to this person in the same way that your body once used to. Come on, guys. Come on. We know what's up. We know what's up. And you guys can't deny it, right? Like, you can't have a romantic connection to someone that feels like your brother. And I've been there, you know, like my relationship with my son's father has transformed to the point where, you know, it's like, you know, I do see this person, you know, in this moment as someone that I care for, like family, you know. And it's like the reason we separated, or the reason that we are going through this in the first place, is because the connection is lacking a romantic perspective. So I feel like your body is going to tell you everything that you need to know about the connections that some of you are in, and maybe the connections that some of you choose to stay in, especially, you know, if it's not you, then you observe this about your divine masculine counterpart and you know the truth. This reading is a confirmation that they're being guided to free themselves because they're probably realizing that no one's going to want them as much as you want them, and they're supposed to free themselves from this. And the reason they know that that's their truth is because their body is telling them everything they need to know. This person could potentially think about you a lot, often, in a very, you know, beautiful and sensual way. They want you and only you, and the person that they're currently with, it could feel like a bit of a distraction. Okay. All right, guys, let's move on to group 3's message. Oh, I feel so much better after we talk. Okay, so maybe this is for those of you who have recently gotten into communication again, which is really nice and exciting. So how come you guys got into communication again? What do you guys need to know? Okay, I'm going to cut the deck right in half. Oh, beautiful. We have wedding. So this situation involves marriage. So I feel like they're trying to say to you, I feel a lot better after we talk because you're someone that I'm meant to be with. You're someone that I've experienced multiple lifetimes with. And, you know, I feel like whether you two are in other situations or not, when you do connect, the conversation that you guys leave each other with, it keeps you going for, I'm going to say, weeks or months at a time. You know, they feel better after you talk because they realize that they have the soul connection with someone here on earth. This goes back to that comment that I was leaving in the comment section of one of my videos. It was someone that I responded to where they had such a beautiful perspective on the journey. And I said, you know, I completely agree, because even just being on earth at the same time as my divine masculine, I think is totally trippy. And I think that to experience this level of love with another human being, whether you're together or not in the traditional, oh my God, yeah, like, oh, we're together in a relationship, let's post it on social media to confirm it. Maggie's like, what do you ask wrong with you, girl? I'm minding my own business here and you whiling up in my business. All right. So I feel like, you know, sorry guys, you know, for a lot of you, you kind of understand this connection with your person as being a little bit more deep rooted, and they want you to know that they appreciate that. Like, they see it, they experience it, and they feel it. Okay, let's go ahead and get the best course of action for you guys. Are you guys ever going to experience communication and just being with each other? Okay, so, oh my goodness, patience is a virtue. And I feel like patience too, and the wedding card goes hand in hand, because the minute you decide to make this type of commitment, it's like you obviously want to be patient with this person because, you love them. They bring peace to you. Just even with their words, they bring peace to you. Okay, so maybe this is a confirmation for many of you who you might be at a crossroads. It's like, what do I do? This person is unavailable right now, but I still hold a lot of space for them. Patience is a virtue on the journey, which is sometimes you got to wait on a good thing. Good things are worth waiting for. Okay, your beliefs are right for you. Assess your beliefs. If you feel like this is the right place to be, it's the right place to be. If you assess that, listen, there's a whole bunch of red flags that pop up when I think about this person, do what you got to do. But for many of you, you know why you listen to these readings. It's because this person still resonates deep in your heart. Know your truth. They show up in your dreams. They show up in your thoughts. Not only do they bring the love and the romance, but they also bring the deep soul lessons that make you who you are, that teach you how to ascend and how to maneuver in this lifetime. Okay, let's go ahead and get the final message. Okay, so my kids are a huge priority, young or old. Interesting. We did have the children card as well come up. And I think it was yesterday's reading. Children are affecting your connection. I'm not sure who this is for, but they surely are affecting your connection. Let's find out what the universe wants you to know about children affecting this twin flame connection. Okay, so forgiving and learning. Okay, so many of you may need to practice forgiveness for your twin not choosing you. Like, they may have chosen an alternate path, and they may have chosen to have children with other karmic partners, but those children needed to be brought here. So that's why forgiving and learning needs to be brought to the connection, because many of you who hold resentment or who hold back from your twin or who hold back from going any further, because there is this dynamic of them having children. Maybe it's something you never expected. Maybe you're worried about what your family and friends might say about somebody else having kids. This person doesn't care. This person is never going to care about what your friends and family have to say about them having kids. That's your own battle to fight. And you're never going to come close to this person as long as you have an issue with them having kids, and as long as you hold value to what the people in your life have to say that's negative about your counterpart having kids. You're never going to get the opportunity. The universe is never going to allow you to come near this person and their children, as long as you have the mindset that there is something wrong with being in love with a person that has a child, and that's what I feel like forgiving and learning is coming through. I feel like the universe is painting a much bigger picture for you, divine masculine or divine feminine. Deep down inside, you might have that scar within you that says, it's not okay to be with somebody who has another child, right? Like, a lot of divine masculines too, they get warped up in this whole toxic masculinity where it's like, how are you going to take care of another man's child? Or, how are you going to, be intimate with a man who's already shacked up with that woman and who's already, put his children in there and have her birthed her kid. Like, they get caught up in that type of shit. And so their soul stays stuck, and it never thrives. It stays locked in this toxic masculine jail of always having to prove their masculinity to other men. And it's like... are you done dancing around like a fucking fucked up chicken with your feathers spread out, competing with other men? Or are you here to really embrace my feminine qualities and the gifts that I have to offer you? Like, what kind of man are you going to be? What kind of man or woman are you going to show up as? So forgiving and learning has a lot to do with this when it comes to having children. I feel like, children are really taking the reins on this when it comes to twin flames. Children are taking control of this connection, and it's really forcing twin flames to really act with dignity and respect in terms of the bigger picture, okay? Having a positive influence on children, regardless of your own bullshit. So let's go ahead and cut the deck right in half and see what your best course of action is. Okay, so take responsibility for your actions. I couldn't be more clear. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be so loud. I'm sorry, baby. All right, so take responsibility for your actions, okay? So I feel like a lot of masculine counterparts are attracted to you, and it's time that they take responsibility for their actions, which is being attracted to this dynamic. You're attracted to this feminine, and yes, she has children. Yes, she has, bore the children from other men. Yes, she is the mother of another man's child. Whatever the dynamic is in your situation, if you're going to allow other people to shoo 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 in your ear, and keep you away from your true happiness because of such shallow and artificial and superficial programming, then I feel like, the universe is like, then do without. Then go without the feminine's love and grace and integrity and respect and unconditional love in this lifetime. Go through the karmics then. Have fun bumping in the night. Bump, bump, bump in the night. He goes 100 miles an hour. I don't know if you guys know that cartoon, Bump in the Night. It was on YTV. I know, Maggie. He was a monster who lived under your bed. And he basically, I think he ate socks. Yeah, his name was Bumpy. And his best friend was named Squishy. I know. Guys, Google it, Bumpy and Squishy. Oh my goodness. Childhood memories, YTV. I live in Canada. All right. Anyways, guys, speaking of children, right? So, many of your masculines at this time are being called to take responsibility for their actions, like especially if they're moving towards you and they're attracted to you, they're going to have to take responsibility for that. They're going to have to explain to other people, to mind your own business. That's what I'm hearing. All right, guys, me and Mega will catch you tomorrow. We love you guys so much. And, we deeply appreciate all of your support on the channel, all of the likes, all of the comments. It really does help the channel grow more than you guys know. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.